No suspense here with the Cincinnati Bengals taking Joe Burrow, number one.
Joe Burrow selected number 1 overall. Shocker.
Also, no surprise here. Chase Young going to Washington.
Number 2 pick, Washington Redskins select Chase Young. Again, shocker.
Come on, Detroit. Try and make it at least interesting. Great job with the addition of Okuda, though.
The Detroit Lions just took Jeff Okuda at pick number 3 overall. I believe that makes us 3 for 3 so far.
A little bit of a surprise here. The Giants going with Thomas over Wirfs or Jedrick Wills.
The New York Giants just took Andrew Thomas. I kept telling y'all that this kid's the truth, and everyone wanted to rate Wirfs ahead of him and Wills ahead of him. I'm telling you, Andrew Thomas is clearly the best offensive tackle in this NFL draft, and the New York Giants just got him at pick 4. One of the worst kept secrets of the 2020 NFL draft. Tua to the Dolphins. Shocker.
Imagine that. Miami taking Tua. Turns out they were tanking for Tua the whole time.
Herbert's off the board at pick 6 to the Chargers. That makes 3 quarterbacks in the top 6.
No surprise here. Herbert going to the Chargers. Looks like they found that Phil's replacement. Derek Brown headed to the Panthers. Much needed help for that defense.
Derek Brown, number 7 to the Panthers. It's almost like we know what we're talking about.
Wow, the Cardinals going defense, not an offensive tackle to protect Kyler.
All right, so we get the first little bit of a surprise in the draft. Isaiah Simmons heading down to Arizona to be a member of the Cardinals. The Jags pick up C.J. Henderson, a team that desperately needed help in the secondary. They got it with this kid.
Jacksonville taking a Florida guy? Come on. Offensive line help here for the Browns. Maybe an upright Baker can get the ball down the field and to those weapons.
Jedrick Wills just went to the Browns at pick 10. A team that desperately needed an offensive lineman got their guy. Becton to the Jets, another team investing in protecting their young star quarterback.
Definitely saw the Jets take an offensive line help here, not a wide receiver. Henry Ruggs to the Raiders. No surprise here. The Raiders drafting speed over anything else.
The Raiders cannot stay away from the speed. They pass over Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb to take Henry Ruggs. What a bust. Hey, we finally get a trade. Tampa Bay moves up 1 spot, takes Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa to help fill in for that offensive line and protect TB12.
Interesting trade there with Tampa Bay moving up 1 spot with San Francisco to take Tristan Wirfs. Needed that offensive line help though.
Javon Kinlaw to the 49ers. I know Alex had this pegged. I thought he was crazy, but sure enough, they fill the gap that Armstead left.
Man, now I gotta listen to Alex talk about how he had this one called. Kinlaw to San Francisco.
My hometown Broncos get Jerry Jeudy to pair up with Cortland Sutton. Another weapon for Drew Lock. Watch out, y'all. This team's coming.
Denver takes arguably the best wide receiver off the board. Pick 15, Jerry Jeudy. Figured the Falcons would take a cornerback here. Didn't think it would be Terrell.
Wow, shocker out of Atlanta, taking A.J. Terrell and passing up on a pass rusher they so desperately need. The Cowboys make a splash, going for CeeDee Lamb and passing up on the defensive help they need.
Jerry does what Jerry likes to do, makes a big splash, and lands CeeDee Lamb with pick 17. Holy buckets. Miami taking tackle to protect Tua. What was with Goodell tipping the pick?
The Dolphins just got Tua some help taking Austin Jackson, fills in a spot for one of the worst offensive lines in football. Wow. Raiders take Damon Arnett at 19. Bit of a reach here.
Raiders go wide receiver, cornerback. We called that kind of combination. Did not think it'd be Damon Arnett, though.
Jags take Kaylavon Chason, another defensive player to help shore up that side of the ball and bring them back to dominance where they were just 3 years ago.
No surprise here. Philly taking Rager out of TCU to fill that immediate need at wide receiver.
The Eagles take Jalen Rager out of TCU, help shore up that depleted wide receiver core and give another weapon to Carson Wentz. The Vikings find the replacement for Diggs. Justin Jefferson steps right in as the number 2 receiver behind Adam Thielen, another weapon for Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota offense.
Interesting choice with Jefferson to Minnesota here. They must be planning on running 2 receivers in the slot next year with Thielen and Jefferson. The Chargers already had a scary defense, and it's getting scarier again with the addition of Murray, trading with New England to get that pick.
The Chargers move up and take the Patriots pick here, and they take Kenneth Murray, linebacker out of Oklahoma. Great pick for the Chargers. Sideline to sideline linebacker who can do it all.
Okay, didn't see that one coming.
Little bit of a shocker here. The Saints take Cesar Ruiz, the center out of Michigan, when they needed some defensive help. Patrick Queen was on the board as well as Xavier McKinney. San Francisco trades up and takes the pick from Minnesota, and with the pick, they take Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver out of Arizona State. Team desperately needed another wide out to pair with Deebo Samuel, and now they got him.
I had him going to Minnesota, but San Francisco trades up to take that pick.
Wow. The Packers just traded up, took Miami's 26th pick, and with that, they took Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers has to be shaking his head right now.
I'm pretty sure Jordan Love just Aaron Rodgers. Really? That's what they took there?
Another head scratcher. The Seahawks take Jordan Brooks, who's a linebacker out of Texas Tech. Last I checked, they didn't play defense at Texas Tech. Patrick Queen falls into Baltimore's lap here. It's a dream scenario for him, and he'll step right into that middle linebacker position day one.
This pick just screams Baltimore Ravens. Perfect fit for player, system, organization. This guy has a ton of talent, but it's all raw. This might have been a little bit of a reach.
Another offensive lineman from Georgia off the board. This one, Isaiah Wilson, heading to Tennessee, be a member of the Titans to fill in the gap that Conklin left behind this offseason.
Really? That's where you went with that?
Noah Igabamani is a defensive back out of Auburn and is now with the Miami Dolphins. Interesting considering they just signed 2 big-name corners this offseason. Jeff Gladney out of TCU is now a part of the Minnesota Vikings at pick 31. And shocker, he's a defensive back, something Minnesota's known for drafting.
Man, I've really got to listen to Alex again talk about how he called Minnesota taking wide receiver and defensive back. You you did what?
At pick 32, to round out the first round of the NFL draft, the Chiefs take Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back out of LSU. Bit surprising considering he's the first running back taken in the draft, but he obviously fills the need there in Kansas City.